Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at Dewgong and how well it does perform with its double legacy Ice Shard and Ice Wind. Now recently there were changes to moves, one being that Icy Wind, and what's going to happen in PvP is it's going to lower the opponent's attack. Not a chance every single time you use it. In combination with Ice Shards, the thing is absolutely nasty. So taking a look at my team here, I did put in Blaziken in substitute for Charizard. Charizard works great, but I needed something to take care of Celio. As you can see, my team is somewhat vulnerable to it. So we went ahead and went with the Blaziken here, counter, Blaze Kick, and Blast Burn. So that's going to be working great. And also a new addition to Kingdra's moveset, Oxzuka, which is going to be a fantastic bait and or to possibly lower their attack, not just by one stage, but by a couple. So it worked out fantastic. It's not going to be doing the most damage, but Kingdra needed something desperately like this because when you got to your charge prior, Hydro Pump or Outrage, you know, the opponent knew something big was coming, but now you can kind of trick them up. And then I did put Wish Cache to take care of any sort of poison types, as well as just, you know, putting in work for whatever situation it needed to be in, and it worked great. Has to look out for grass, of course, and that is where Drapion comes in to protect it somewhat. It does great because it's going to be that poison type. Now I do have Bite and Fell Sting, which Fell Sting is going to raise your attack every single time you use it. Mixed with Bite is a pretty deadly combination. Now, I would go with Crunch, but I have no TMs. Take a look. I've wasted them all, and I didn't even get the moves I wanted, so I was kind of working with what I had here. Honestly, I would have gone with probably Dragonair, but I had no TMs to TM Return Away, so I had to use Kingdra, but it turned out to be fantastic. So of course we do have Victory Bell here, a fantastic pick as well for your grass types. You have to look out for those confusion users. Ice users are usually going to be mixed with water, so it can probably take care of them. And of course we have the Dewgong here, which is going to be the showcase of it all. I tried using it as much as possible. I'm not going to bring you a video with the title, oh, Dewgong helping me win, and I barely use it. Now I throw it into the battles quite frequently so you can see different outcomes of it. Now starting off the first battle, going in here with Edgar Martinez. I'll have all of their teams on the side here. He's starting it off with Politoed, and I'm going in here with Kingdra. This is a pretty good situation for me. Don't really have to worry about much. I didn't know if he had an Earthquake or not at this point, but he did bait me out very nice. That would have done hardly any damage. It's so low on its HP. I'm just going to go ahead and go for this Oxzuka and see if we can get a shield, in which we do. And we also actually lower its attack. So it's not a 100% time chance, I should say, for it to lower the attack. It's a possibility. So we do take it out. We do have a shield down on our end as well as his end. We're going to go ahead and go for that Outrage here. A big hit. He does shield it up. Well played on his end here. Now at this point I could have switched, but I didn't want to lose switch priority. So seeing that I do have Drapion with Bite in the back, I had nothing really to worry about up against that Ghost type. I'm just going to actually tear through it. He's going to hit me with Avalanche. We're letting that go through in a pretty comfortable position. Revealing the last Pokemon in its Blaziken. It's going to be putting work onto the Drapion being Dark type. Yes, part poison, but still taking a lot of damage, unfortunately for me. Dewgong in the back, also weak to fighting. But the Blaziken is so low, we're going to be able to finish it off with Ice Shards here. That's going to be nice rounds. All of these games are nice rounds. Going into the next one, he's starting it off with Wish Cache. I played this out several times before the tournament in preparation to see what happens, and I will be winning this so long as I keep hitting these Icy Winds. The Blizzard on the Wish Cache is not going to be doing anything. Your best option is to just keep going with those ground type moves, and then he's going to be switching into Frostlass here. And we do get off that Icy Wind to lower the attack, switch into Blaziken so we can get off a Blast Burn. And I make a mistake here. Well, I wouldn't really call it a mistake. I was just playing it safe. I do shield this up, which is going to be an Avalanche. With that lowered attack, it would have really done not too much at all. So he did get a shield out of me, thinking that I'm not going to be using a shield again, which he is right. And he's going to be hitting me with a Shadow Ball, and it's going to be taking out my Blaziken here. But that's okay. We're still looking all right in this position. Going to be going in with the Dewgong here, taking it out with a quick move, waiting for that next Pokemon. Dewgong, guys, loving it. So in comes Blaziken. I do make a switch, kind of slow. I think there might have been lag. He's going to be switching into his Wish Cache here. We're going to go ahead and shield this up, and we make the right play. Thank goodness that was a Blizzard. That would have done a lot of damage. And Blaziken does come in. We do have plenty of energy for that Oxzuka. Going to be getting that off with no shields and taking out that Blaziken with the Kingdra. into the bonus round here. So I'm starting off with Wishcash. He's going in there with the Shogun. Now what I want to do is build up to Blizzard and then just go for the Mud Bomb, but he does make the switch, and this is very questionable. Don't think I should have went in here with the Dewgong necessarily, so we're just going to go ahead and shield this up, and we're going to get off this Icy Wind to lower its attack, and then go ahead and let the Dewgong faint out. It did something here. It got a little bit of damage in there, it lowered the Blaziken's attack, but at this point the Blaziken's health is so low, whatever I do bring in, it's going to be able to take it out. I wouldn't say it was in vain, but yeah, it wasn't played too well. I could have maybe went in there with Victory Bell and then let that faint out and then go in with the Wishcash, but nonetheless, you know, it is what it is. So we do take it out with the Wishcash. We're in a pretty horrible position here. We have no more shields. He has 2 on his end, and we're just going to be able to hit it with Mud Bomb. I do switch into Victory Bell. I don't know what I was thinking. I was just trying to get as much damage as possible. And yeah, it was pretty much a loss anyway, so I was like, whatever, let's just switch it into Victory Bell and then come back in with Wishcash and just, you know, spam them with the Mud Bombs here. But there was no way I could win this at this point with that switch into Dewgong to the Blaziken there, so he is going to be taking me out. Good games. Starting with our next opponent here, OMFG, it's Kesha. He's going to be starting it off with the Raichu, and it does have Charm. I do believe he was using this in preparation of Blaziken. He does make a switch into Arcanine. Very nice. We're going to go ahead and go into our Wishcash, and we're looking fantastic. Wasn't too sure what he had. Went ahead and let it go through. It was going to be a crunch there. And we're just going to go ahead and build enough energy to get off a couple of these Mud Bombs here. We don't really need a couple because it's only going to take 1. But we have another one ready to go. With that Raichu in the back, it's not looking so good for him at this point with the Wishcash. 2 Pokemon weak to ground. And we have another one ready to go. I just block whatever we have coming at us because, you know, we're in a great position. No need to get greedy with the shields. Going to go ahead and hit that Mud Bomb again. And the Wishcash is surviving. So we have a Celio in the back. See how we deal with this. So we're going to go ahead and Mud Bomb this and let it faint out. And we're going to go ahead and bring in our Drapion here. And at this point, we have Fail Sting ready to go. Now we're going to be doing a ton of damage with our Bite because we're increasing our attack. I'm really liking these new buffs and debuffs. They really work to my advantage in this specific cup here and the way I played. And he is spamming me hard with that Body Slam. That Celio, I'm telling you, it is so good with Body Slam, Powdered Snow, making the switch into Kingdra, just taking it out with Dragon Breaths. So something that I like to do with Kingdra, and you might find some usability for this as well, is once they're down to about 25 to 15% health, you switch into the Kingdra with the Dragon Breath and just completely take them out. It really catches them by surprise. So we're going to be going into this next match. Let's see what we have here. Switch out of Kingdra into the Raichu with my Wishcash here. We're looking great yet again, hitting us with Brick Break. I didn't really see any other charge moves coming out of him. I'm assuming he does have some, but Brick Break's going to be the better play. Charm is going to take forever to get off those charge moves and build energy, so we're looking fantastic. Hitting it with another Mud Bomb there. In comes Celio. Now we're going to just do as much damage at this point with the Wishcash. We're locked in here. By the time we can switch, I think we're able to get off 1 more, but we let it go through. Yeah, we had another Mud Bomb, but we have Victory Bell in the back, so we're just going to go in here, Razor Leaf it out, and in comes Arcanine. Now I'm still doing good damage. Look, the Razor Leaf is fantastic. It's always a good move, even against a Fire type. I know Arcanine's a bit squishy in the Great League. We're going to go ahead and go for that Acid Spray here to lower its defense and do even more damage at this point. He didn't hit me with any sort of fire moves. I'm wondering if he does have another move on there because it was able to use Flamethrower now. As a old legacy, you can TM into that. And going into the bonus round here, if I sound a little bit, I don't know, not so enthusiastic, is because I'm currently recording this at a very late time. I'm a little bit tired and I don't want to be super loud and wake up my neighbors or whatever. But anyways, we started off with Wishcash. He's going in with the Raichu. Horrible position for him. And we're going to go ahead and take that out with energy in the back here. And he's going to be bringing in Quagsire. Very interesting. So we're just going to go ahead and go for the Mud Bombs. Do as much damage. No need to lose the switch advantage at this point. Was going to go for this Blizzard. I do, in fact. Hoping he would let it go through. Of course, he blocks the one time I go for Blizzard. Very nice play. And we get enough energy to actually get off another Mud Bomb. And it's almost fainted at this point. So we can either go with Dewgong or Blaziken. I decided to go with Dewgong here. Now the Stone Edge is going to be super effective, but Dewgong is so tanky that it can just take the hit here. Now we will be shielding this up. We had a ton of energy back there, and finishing it off with quick moves. And we're just going to go ahead and Icy Wind immediately. We don't care what it is. We want to lower the attack immediately and then just continue on and or switch and set up our next Pokemon. So I'm going to go ahead and let this go through. Come in with Blaziken and finish off that Arcanine with counters here. We do have a shield. At this point, it's pointless to even use our charge move. Just going to be wasting time and letting us get in less quick moves, so we just finish it off with counters, and those are going to be good games. Going into our next opponent, Nick Badass. It's been a while since I battled him. Let's see what kind of juicy battles we do have in store for us here. Starting it off with the Dewgong, he's going in there with the Quag. Now, played this one out before in the practice rounds, and what I'm going to do is shield this up, and then we're going to go ahead and go for the Icy Wind, and we can tank another Stone Edge, no problem. And we'll be able to finish it off with the Ice Shard quick moves and then have energy for the next Pokemon. So we tank that Stone Edge, and then we're going to go ahead and get this off. I was hoping he would let it through, but if he shields it up, that means I'm going to have to shield it up again, but that's okay because we will have enough energy, like we said, for the next Pokemon to lower their attack. And that's key. That's exactly what I want to do. That's all right if he has a shield above me. We'll still be able to work around that. So in comes a Bomb of Snow. Now, this thing is very interesting with that Razor Leaf, very strong. So I do have Drapion, which is probably going to be within my best interest here because we will be resisting those Razor Leaves, and that Bite is doing massive damage. So I do make the immediate switch into my Kingdra here with the Charizard, but the switch was a little bit slow. Yeah, and he was able to get off these Dragon Claws and finish me off, and it's not looking so hot for me. So we're going to be able to get off this Fell Sting here. Now let's check this out. This is amazing. So he blocks it. We finish it off with Bite. In comes the Abomasnow and finish it off with Bite. He had enough energy, probably just about ready to get off a charge move with that Abomasnow, but was unable to do so. Into the next round, starting it off with Dewgong yet again. And he's going in with Drapion with Ice Fang. And as soon as I seen the Ice Fang, I was like, whew. Yes, thank goodness. So we're going to go ahead and hit it up with the Icy Wind. In comes Abomasnow with those Razor Leaves doing a ton of damage, and Blaziken coming in handy for this specific situation against the Abomasnow, being part ice, so he will be weak to fighting and extremely weak to fire, but we don't need to get off any charge moves. We can just feint it down there with the counter. In comes Drapion, and counter is still going to be doing a good amount of damage to this, and the Ice Fang is not very effective. Blaziken is a bit squishy though in the Greatly, and we're going to almost take him out. I decide to let the Blaziken go down. There's no point. We can just go in with our second Pokemon here and finish it off with quick moves. We have enough energy to get off an Icy Wind. In comes Shelgon, and we're looking real good because obviously Dragon's going to be weak to ice, and well, that's a game there. So great. Now we're going to be moving into the bonus round here, starting off with Blaziken, and I had a feeling he was going to be starting off with the Abomasnow, so we're in a great position. This is actually a very interesting match. I make a switch into the Dewgong. Probably should have went with Kingdra, and not Dewgong at this point, but that's all right. Icy Wind is actually still going to be chunking away at that Charizard. He does shield it up this time, but when it does get through, it still hurts it quite a bit, being that part flying type. And kind of squishy as well. And we're able to get off one more Icy Wind. I think he lets this one go through, and we feint out the Charizard. Yes. And we want our Dewgong to feint immediately. We don't want to get farmed on. So in comes Blaziken. At this point, I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I'm going to win 3 rounds in a row. Let's go. He makes the switch into Lapras. I make the switch into Kingdra. Now, I probably should have just stuck it out with the Blaziken and continued on. Possibly got off a Blast Burn. But I made the switch impulsively. So we're going to go ahead and go for Outrage and take out that Lapras. In comes Abomasnow and is able to finish us off. Has enough energy to get off. Let's see what the move is. Outrage. And he's going to be taking us out. Now I can hear my neighbors moving around upstairs. They're probably sleeping, and now they're thinking, what is this person doing talking so much down there? Now let's get into the final rounds up against Bone Chip. Now I'm going to let a bit of music play while these battles go through. because I'm talking a little bit too much. Probably sound like I'm crazy talking to myself down here. Anyways, I'll be right back after these battles. There you have it, trainers. Hope you enjoyed that and it helped you made a decision on whether or not you want to use your legacy Dewgong if you have a trade in the future or if you have one already. So I did take first, Mick Badass took second, and then 907 Fillin' Kids did take third. Congratulations to you guys. Thank you to Baknoy for hosting this tournament, as well as Warehouse 49, the establishment, for continuously letting us have our tournaments here. Thank you for watching, trainers. Yet again, if you enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.